What's going on, guys? All right, so we are in the I don't even know what part I'm in. I don't know where this is gonna land according to the build series. Behind me is a lot more construction done. The ceiling is done, which is a huge thing that I really wanted to get done while I was here in Boston because it was just a complicated part of the build. But now I'm moving quite, as you can see, the ceiling. And what's even better is I have lights on me now. So this is, the lights are dimmed right now, and I'll turn them off real quick for you. That's the lights off. That's the lights on, and then that's on full blast. So it's bright. It's bright. I am going to have other lights in the van as well that are going to be under cabinet lights, but for now this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos in the van, so and traveling and everything else. So this is funny because this part of the van, especially when I'm working with my dad, this part of the van, when you get something as complicated as the ceiling done, you can start to move into the actual construction part of the build, which is, you know, making your furniture in certain places, putting a refrigerator in, which is what I have. It's not fastened in yet, but we made a box for it. Starting to put your drawers and your cabinets and your storage, and when you get to a certain point of the build, things just kind of fly by. So we literally did the ceiling and what I'm standing in right now in 2 days. So 2 full working days. They were about 8 to 10 or 11 hour days, something along those lines. But I'll take the camera down and you can kind of see behind me, I now have a bench that I'm about to sit on, which is right here. The bench will extend out to this portion right here. I just needed access to all of the floor heating elements, which is under here. This is going to be the start of the cabinet, the start of the countertop, and then it'll extend over across the window. And this is actually where my sink is going to lie. And I actually got my sink in today, which is in that box. On the other side is going to be where my bathroom, or my shower, I guess bathroom, because my toilet's gonna be in there as well. It's going to be part of the counter, it's going to lift up, and that's in that area is where the shower and toilet will be. And then like I said, I'm sitting on this bench here. The bench is going to be an L. We didn't finish off the L. The rest of the L will be here. And then this big opening right here, as I've talked many times before, is going to be the Murphy bed. Now, we changed up the design of the Murphy bed. Before, I had these hinges that I've already sent back because we're not going to use them. And the hinge that we were going to use was kind of like a ball and joint hinge, where a male and a female type hinge, I guess is what it's called in the construction industry. I don't know how else to put it, but anyways, I like to call it a ball and socket joint. The type of hinge that it is a rod will go into a circle and it'll pivot around that point. And I had 2 on each side, or this is how I was going to do it. And then the entire bed, that portion of the bed right there, because that's actually going to be a portion of the bed, that portion of the bed would actually flip up, and this point right here was going to be my pivot point. Now, so the bed was actually going to go down and it was going to pivot up, and then this was going to be the entire bed, which is where I'm on right now. Things change, designs change. I was standing outside one night with my brother Jeff, who also has done a van build and is also, you know, knows what he's talking about with spaces and things like that. We were having a beer. He was like, hey man, this is a lot of dead space that you're wasting. And I couldn't agree with him more. I was like, you know what, I was willing to sacrifice that dead space. And he said, well, why don't you kind of hinge it there with some other type of hinge and then use that space as garage space? And I was like, well, he's actually got a damn good point. What's up, man? You want to be on camera?
Nah, man, I'm good.
Speaking of the devil, the guy just walked by. Jeff and his family are visiting also Boston for a couple weeks. Anyways, we decided to use that. That is now stationary. That is fixed. It will be covered up. There will be a wall there, which is part of the Murphy bed. So this is where it kind of gets technical. The place from the bottom of that goes up. Now the curvature of the roof, we have to scribe that. We're going to fix it in place with a piano hinge. The bed is going to be this area, and it's going to fold down on a heavy duty piano hinge. And then really all to catch it is going to, so it's going to rest on the bench that I'm sitting on now, and then on the passenger side it'll rest on a lip that we create for the bed to lay on, make sure it can hold my weight and possibly somebody else's weight. which it definitely will, and I'm not worried about that whatsoever. That's really the new design. It's like I said, the Murphy bed is still here. It's just a little change. Now, a lot of you may be like, hey man, you could easily gain all of this space by all you had to do was make what I have here as an L bench, maybe make this on lattices that will pull out, and then you could put cushions on it. Guess what? The reason I didn't do any of that, it is a pain in the butt to make your bed every single day. A lot of people in the van life community say that it's not that big a deal, but guess what? I've actually lived in a small space where I did have to make my bed every day. I lived in a small studio apartment. My couch and my bed were one. It was a pull-out sofa, and when I wanted to go to bed at night, I had to pull it out and lay on the bed. I slept 70% of the time on the couch itself. I hardly ever pulled out the bed. And it was kind of a waste of time and space and energy. For me, I didn't want to sacrifice that time. And you're like, well, it's only 60 seconds of your time, but it's like, maybe at the end of the day, you're tired or you don't want to do that. So I came up with an idea where I could literally just take my bed and pull it down, and that was it. The mattress is already gonna be on there. I don't have to move cushions around. The mattress will be fixed on there. I'm gonna have cushions as well for the bench themselves. And that's it, that's all I have to do. Literally just pull it down and I'm good. Hop on, and I actually went bigger with my mattress. I went with an 8-inch mattress. My last bed was a 6-inch mattress. That is why I did it. I wanted to make different spaces in the van, as well as have the least amount of to do to get to the next port. Like I didn't want to. For cooking, I don't mind taking out a burner or an induction cooktop. I don't mind doing things like that because I want to cook and I want to eat. But to make your bed just daily is just like, it was just another tedious task that I did not want to do. Maybe I'm being high maintenance. I don't know. Call it what you may. But that's just me. That's just me. So, all right, guys. Well, this so far is where the construction of the build has been going. Things are actually, I don't know if they're on time or on schedule or whatnot. But guys, I'm gonna run. I gotta do a little bit of work. I actually have to start doing the whole door wood, because I need to put the door in before I put the rest of the cabinet in, because the cabinet and my refrigerator are hanging over the door. So you gotta do that first before you fasten all that in together. Doy. All right, guys, I will see you guys soon. Hopefully another build series or whatever is coming out next. Later.